Back with more Buffy. This is episode 14 of season 3. I'm continuing to really enjoy this season and the show so far. And last episode we had a very interesting kind of exploration of Xander and his role in the team. And we kind of saw a day in the life of Xander and the antics of the Scoobies through his eyes. So whether or not he's like an accurate narrator of those events, we don't know. But I thought it was a really cool kind of insight into his character and what he brings to the team. And we had this whole thing kind of going on. It was kind of the show taking the piss out of itself in a way, which I really liked. I like it when shows can do that. So yeah, really cool episode. And the season is just very, very interesting so far. Really enjoying it. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in this next one. So let's just get right into it.
All the sweating nightly, side-by-side action you never put in for a little after hours. Thanks for the poetry.
Never do that again.
You like Family Circus?
I like Marmaduke.
Oh, he's always on the furniture. Unsanitary.
Nobody can tell Marmaduke what to do. That's my kind of dog.
I like to read Kathy. So, what about these swords?
I am this guy on a spiritual level.
Keep an eye out. Everyone, of course, and me.
Really don't like this guy. Weasel. Oh,
no way.
his hair's black again.
They're typing those now.
I got into actual colleges and they're wooing me. They're pitching woo.
The wooing stage is always
Anyone would be lucky to have you.
But it's weird.
Oh, my father has a job.
I'm not going to waste the perfect comeback on you
I
now.
miss them being
But don't
nice.
think I don't have it.
So what do you say? Study jam my house tonight?
I'm there.
Oh,
Can I come?
I have to.
Not all books and theory nowadays. I have, in fact, faced 2
Who
vampires
the fuck
myself.
are you? Is this Giles' brother?
Well. Hello.
New watcher?
New watcher.
Wesley.
Ah, right. Wesley? Oh,
It's very nice to meet you.
my first best friend was called Wesley.
Is he evil?
Hope he's okay.
Evil.
The last one was evil.
A good slayer is a cautious slayer.
Alright.
I don't want to bore you with details.
A little bit late.
Named Gleaves. It was buried with him.
Whenever Giles sends me on a mission, he always says, please. And afterwards, I get a cookie.
His
They
little
were getting off on
smile.
quite the right foot. This is perhaps Faith.
Oh god, what's her reaction going to be?
New watcher?
New
watcher.
watcher.
Screw that.
Oh my god. I'll join in.
Faith, wait.
I could be a
I know this
watcher.
guy's a dork, but
I'd be a great watcher.
I have nothing. Sling's what we were built for. If you're not enjoying it, you're doing something wrong. What about the assignment? Tell you what, you do the homework, and I'll copy yours.
Oh good. Strong, healthy partnership forming.
Game over.
Oh dear, she's going to have to climb inside. I'd hate that. I just let him catch me.
You're just gonna go down there. That's your plan.
Who said I had a plan? I don't know how many's down there, but I want to find out. And I'll know when I land. If you don't come in after me, I might die.
God, she's so reckless. It's almost as if her watchers keep dying so she can't have any guidance.
These are all the diaries, then, yours included.
That's everything. Knock yourself out. Please.
Then let's just settle it.
Oh shit, not again. Oh good. Fake out.
I hate it when they drown me.
Tell me you don't get off on this.
Didn't suck.
I mean, trying to be drowned isn't ideal, but...
Remember the 3 key words for any slayer. Preparation, preparation, preparation.
That's one word 3 times.
The only thing you need to discuss with Mr. Giles is overdue book fees. Understood?
We'll talk.
Of course.
You're not helping.
He's not getting the respect.
No. I feel just sick about it.
Aww. I kind of feel bad for him actually. But again, Giles and Buffy have that connection and trust.
Okay, so we're down there in the sewers, and Faith's got 3 of them on her at once.
Hey, can we resume Buffy's ode to Fate later, like when I'm not actively multiple choicing?
How
Me.
come your eye twitches every time I say Faith's name?
What? No, it doesn't.
Faith.
Time out. Get a test to take. Okay?
Oh dear, they're gonna find out.
You can't you?
What are you doing? I thought she was going to try again with school this year. Oh, Jesus.
Rise and shine, people. It's your wake-up call.
He's badass, but at the same time, not the best influence.
Balazar.
Dead demon.
Not as dead as you think.
Oh.
You said you gave it to someone. Who you are?
Ah, speak of a really annoying person.
It was certainly giving me a run for my money.
Let me tell you what I see. I see fear and remorse.
Oh, God.
The pitiful look of faces that cry out for mercy. But what I don't see is what I want to see.
Calm down, Jabba.
That's my amulet.
Lord Balthazar, we found it.
That is fucking gross. I don't like that
Already on board.
crease. Oh my God.
Is there insured?
Want?
Take. Have.
Yeah, but not steal.
Take. Have.
No. Shit.
Drop the weapons and get down on the ground. Now!
This is why it's a bad idea. Oh God. Hoodlums. The youth of today. Well, I say today.
Conan, no, it's 5
The youth
people are
of
half
like
the record we make, and they're
1999.
fine. Want to make waffles? Big Saturday
I'm
brunch.
making waffles.
No, thanks.
Seeing the hope and courage on their bright little faces, I swear I could just eat them up. So, any news about the Illuminati?
Is he being literal? Oh,
Name of Lord Balthazar. Die!
Michelin Man's never been so scary.
Jack to go for it!
Usually spell stuff smart.
Stinky. Yeah, that's why I added lavender. Give me time, and I may be the first Wicca to do all my conjuring in pine fresh scent.
Aw.
So what's the plan?
It's too dangerous.
But I've done this sort of thing before, like 1,000,000 times, and I can totally handle
Like the
myself.
previous episode where you're facing the apocalypse.
Anti-fresh protection. Stupid.
It's not stupid, it's wholesome.
I just want to get this done.
If she adds cinnamon to her spells, can you imagine? I'd bloody die. Oh, hello.
Screw it.
We got more coming. We're never gonna
Go through all that to steal the weapon, you just didn't bloody use the thing anyway.
Faith, no!
Oh, that's assistant guy, isn't it?
Don't move. I didn't know.
Oh,
I
fuck.
didn't know.
I need to call 911 now. Don't move. It's okay.
Oh, Alan. Holy shit. Oh, that's a big deal. Wonder how the mayor will react to that. I think the impact of killing things is a lot more real when they don't just turn to ash and fade away once you've killed them.
Oh, God.
Same.
Oh, God.
Same.
Seems too promising, doesn't it?
Stay calm, Mr. Giles.
Stay calm.
What do you want,
I kind of like this guy.
What is that thing?
The man who has my amulet! What is his name?
His name is Angel.
Fuck. Go Giles. Ooh, Jesus. So Wesley can't quite handle himself in that aspect. Oh shit. If he explodes, I swear.
When he rises, you wish I killed you all.
The mayor, I take it, is Ascension, whatever that is.
I don't understand why Alan would miss this. He's usually so punctual.
They're busy being dead.
Let's find out. Open the cage.
What's this guy's deal?
This officially
Shit.
commences the 100 days. Nothing can harm me until the Ascension.
Well, that's not good.
Gosh, I'm feeling chipper.
Was it kind of foreshadowing a couple of episodes ago where Buffy was asking Giles, like, if he can,
You
like,
can
change
shut
the
up all
rules
the
so she can
emotions
kill
that you want.
people?
But eventually they're gonna find a body. There is no body. I took it, weighted it, and dumped it. Body doesn't exist.
Oh, damn.
Getting rid of the evidence doesn't make the problem go away. Babe, you don't get it. You killed a man. No, you don't get it. I don't care.
Would you not care? Surely you care. Oh, damn. One day Oz and Cordelia, they will get loads of scenes again. Really like that episode. Really, really good stuff. I really feel like this is a huge kind of turning point for the season in terms of not just characters but plot as well. Because I feel like this is the most we've ever learnt about the mayor's schemes and what he's kind of planning to do. I mean, we still don't know what he means by like this Ascension stuff. I'm guessing it's not going to be good, and I'm guessing that's going to be the finale. But I think it's kind of cool that we're seeing this threat be built up throughout the season, but Buffy and everyone don't really exactly know that they're a threat yet. I think that's really cool, because it's kind of happening in the shadows to them, whereas before they've known the Master was like the enemy to defeat, they've known Angelus was a villain they needed to sort out, but they don't really know about the threat of the Mayor yet. We've just seen him kind of in the background, and it's very interesting that he's kind of made himself invincible somehow. So it seems like nothing can be done about him until he's at least become his most powerful, which is kind of, you know, that certainly raises the stakes. So that's really interesting learning a bit more about him. Good seeing Mr. Trick again, and the assistant guy, Alan, however briefly. Because we hadn't really seen Mr. Trick, I think we definitely haven't seen him for a little while. So it's cool seeing them pop up, and they're still kind of working together and stuff. Interesting things there. But Alan, man, brutal way to go. It's just face just casually thought it was a vampire, because that's just... But he's dead. And she just dumped the body so callously, that man. Yeah, I think this kind of showed the huge kind of distance and difference between Buffy and Faith more than ever before, which is kind of interesting considering this is one of the episodes that Buffy's kind of allowed herself to be influenced by Faith and gone along with things she's done, like skipping out on her tests and going clubbing and stealing those weapons and stuff. So obviously Faith's kind of been a bit of a bad influence on Buffy really in this episode, which is kind of interesting, because it's almost like, because Giles doesn't have the authority at the minute to kind of keep things in order. As soon as like we get this new Watcher, it's when things have really gone astray with Faith, which is kind of probably just a coincidence, but interesting nonetheless. But yeah, I really liked how they handled Faith in this episode. And Xander's reaction to hearing Faith's name was hilarious. That was so funny. Just a little bit. I'm sad like all those guys didn't get a lot to do in this episode, but you know, they weren't the focus, so it makes sense. But yeah, the fact that she doesn't care, Faith, and she's not been the greatest of influences on Buffy in this episode particularly, you know, you should root against it, but you can understand she hasn't really had this parental figure in her life, it seems, you know, not even her parents, and then she's, you know, lost watchers, so she hasn't really had a good guide in terms of a watcher, and I think some of the chances she's had to actually have a guide in like Giles, or have positive influences in her life like the rest of the Scoobies, you know, it was like when Gwendolyn kind of messed with her a bit and told her that they were like having meetings about something, and you know, Faith hadn't been invited to them, so she was kind of distancing herself from them because of that. So it's kind of scuppered that chance she had of being like positively influenced and maybe changing her methods, because we've seen quite a lot how brutal and she's kind of been in her slaying duties and how much she really enjoys it. And we kind of saw that to a whole other level. So I can see why Faith is the way she is. But I think that needs to kind of be put in check as a matter of urgency. And is Wesley going to be one to do that? I'm not sure. Because he can barely handle Buffy at the minute. But I really liked the kind of angsty, antagonistic relationship Buffy and Faith had throughout mainly the second half of the episode. Very interesting seeing what they're going to do with Faith going forward, because I feel like this is kind of a big deal. She just, you know, killed a man, dumped the body, and apparently doesn't care. I don't know if that's entirely true. She seemed kind of affected by it, but I don't know. Maybe this is just her way of dealing with it, just shutting it out and pretending she doesn't care. But yeah, I was not expecting such a brutal death for that assistant guy. I thought the mayor was going to kill him eventually. It's near the start of the episode when the mayor was kind of talking about once he ascended and stuff, he wouldn't care about the little things or something. I thought he was referring to Alan and maybe just like, oh, I'll just kill you once I'm powerful enough or something. But then Faith goes and does that, so oof, what a twist. But yeah, I loved everything they kind of did with Buffy and Faith in this episode. I thought it was really interesting. Because it seemed Faith's influence on Buffy was kind of dominating it being the other way around, which can only bode badly, really. And then, of course, we also got the new Watcher, Wesley. What a name, Wesley. I actually really quite like him. I don't know what it is about him. I think it's a similar way to Giles, isn't it? It's the dry wit, and he has some quite funny moments in there, and a very different kind of approach to Giles, but at the same time, they're like the same person, and I really like that. So obviously they kind of all came from like the same council of Watchers, so it kind of makes sense that they share some qualities, but you can still see a big difference in their methods. Because Giles, mainly because of his past, I suppose, can really defend himself in situations and fight, whereas Wesley clearly doesn't have that kind of skill set. But I actually really liked the lightness he kind of brought to the proceedings, and you know, he was just doing his job. He was just trying to do his job, but they just weren't having any of it, especially not Faith, but Buffy and Giles as well. They were just like, nah, you're not important here, sorry mate. It's kind of like when a teacher you like at school isn't in, and you have a substitute teacher, and you just, you know, you're like, well, we can just mess around with this and then, because we're only going to have them for a little while. I feel like it hasn't really sunk in for Buffy and Giles yet, that this, I mean, it won't be a permanent thing, I don't think, but that this could be like a long-term thing. I don't think they've really sunk in yet that Giles isn't her Watcher anymore. So just completely like not respecting Wesley's role in things. And you can understand that with the history between them and everything they've been through. Of course, Buffy would rather confide in Giles with things than Wesley. But I'm excited to see how long Wesley lasts, shall I say. I don't know if he'll die or he'll just be integrated into the group, because I do feel like Giles will become Buffy's Watcher again at some point. But yeah, interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with his character, because actually what we got of him in this episode, I thought he brought a lot of levity to the episode, and I really liked the actor and I liked the character as a whole. I thought he was really enjoyable to watch, so I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with him. So yeah, that was cool. And then the villain of the piece, that Balthazar guy, gross, fucking gross. But a very interesting kind of design for that character, I think. It was cool that they did something kind of different. I feel like he definitely stands out in terms of appearances, in terms of monsters and demons and stuff we've got. And he wasn't like a physical threat as a demon. So obviously he had all these like slaves and servants for him, and he physically couldn't do a lot himself. So that was cool that they kind of a bit more variety in the way the villains look. He's definitely one of the more interesting designs, I think, in terms of that. As a villain, no, he was like so-so. But he seems to be there to hint at what the mayor's doing. So obviously everyone knows now, or Buffy and everyone know something. He is like coming and arising and stuff. But obviously I don't think they know that's the mayor yet. So he's kind of interesting villain for this one episode. Gross looking design, but he actually looked really cool for the most part. So I like what he brought to it. However, briefly, it's always nice to see Joyce. And then Angel. The more and more I'm watching of Angel this season, ever since he's been back and people have got used to him being still alive and stuff, the more I feel like it's making sense for him to leave and get his own show. I'm just getting the feeling like he doesn't need to be like a regular character anymore in Buffy. I don't know if they're just doing this purposely, because at this point they probably knew he was getting his own show, so they were like, he doesn't need to be that present, because he hasn't really had a presence in many episodes this season, really. Obviously the episodes that have been focused on him, like episode 10, he's had a big role to play. Aside from that, he's been in like 1 or 2 scenes an episode, if any. And he hasn't really been like central to plot stuff. He's only just been there to be like, oh, Giles wants to speak to you, or let's do some yoga exercises or something. Because even like the Buffy and Angel romance, there have been moments of it, of course, but it's not as present in the show as it has been in like season 1 and 2. So it's not a detriment to the character or anything, because I still really like Angel a lot, and I like him and Buffy together. I like kind of what he brings to like the group dynamic, but I feel like he hasn't really had a lot of presence, and I don't think he was particularly needed in some of the episodes that he's been in this season. I feel like he was just there because he's a main cast member, and I'm finding myself, because of that, yearning to see more of him, and that's actually getting me really, really excited to start Angel, because I feel like he's kind of being underutilized, and he's just starting to not. It sounds horrible, but he doesn't need to be a piece in this puzzle anymore, if that makes sense. So I feel like he has too much potential to be in an ensemble show like this, which is kind of why it's good that he's going to get his own show. That's just how I'm feeling with him at the moment. Until he like came and like helped fight Balthazar and stuff, I was like, okay, that's worthy for him to be in this. But prior to that, I was thinking, does he need to be in this episode? Does he need to confront Buffy at the club? Surely that could have just been Wesley, and then Buffy snatches the necklace on it and takes it somewhere else, because even when Angel takes it and puts it somewhere else, it never really comes up again throughout the rest of the episode, and it's not like Balthazar or anyone steals it back from Angel. So it could have just been locked away and that was that. So that's just how I'm feeling. So I'm actually really, really hyped for Angel to get more to do in his own show. But obviously they're going to need to find some reasons for him to leave as a main cast member first. So I'm excited for that. And then I also liked the kind of running thing in this episode of like the status quo being interrupted and lives being interrupted. because we just had like Xander and Willow just wanting to get on with like their tests, and Buffy kept interrupting them, and then Faith is interrupting that all over again. Wesley is interrupting the status quo of like Giles is the Watcher, and Buffy and Faith go about their business in this way, and Faith is interrupting Buffy's way of slaying and kind of influencing that. So I felt like there was a lot of that in this episode, which is a really interesting kind of idea to explore as well. I really liked that. So it's not just like the world of the Slayer and vampires and stuff that's being interrupted by different characters and different things. Just something normal as, you know, a test at school is being interrupted. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that this episode explored. But yeah, overall, great episode. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm really liking Wesley. I think he's a really interesting addition. Very interesting stuff with Faith. I think it's really cool how the mayor is kind of being built as this villain in the background that the audience know about and are kind of being wary of, whereas Buffy and all that have like next to no idea that this is going on. Semi-interesting villain in Balthazar. Some really kind of shocking moments with like how dark it went with Faith and Alan being killed. Yeah, really, really great stuff, and I can't wait to see what they're going to get with the rest of the season now. So obviously the mayor's going to be a big thing for the rest of the season. I don't know how long Wesley's going to stick around for, but I feel like he's at least going to have a big arc, at least for like, I don't know, the next 5-6 episodes, maybe the end of the season, I don't know. But you know, Giles is like the Watcher, you know, so I can't imagine Wesley sticking around for ages. And then obviously I feel like this shift with Faith, Buffy was kind of, she was shook with that end thing with Faith saying she doesn't care. So is there going to be a rift there between them again, just as they make amends and patch things up? Yeah, lots of really interesting stuff to explore. And obviously we have like the whole impending graduation and the future and everything of everyone, what they're going to do after school. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but this was a great episode. Really, really enjoyed it. Lots of twists and turns. Some quite funny moments with like Wesley and stuff. Some sass from Giles and Buffy and Faith, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see where they're going to go with the rest of the season, because this episode in particular is kind of steering the plot in a very, very interesting direction, and I can't wait to find out more about what's going to go down. But yeah, great episode, and I can't wait to find out what's going to happen next. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.